Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. It's showtime. Why did that not change? There it is. Wow, that was really slow. I want to make sure everything's working correctly because it's vitally important, of course. Any time now that could flip over, that would be good. Guys, there we are. Jeez. Restream is really dogging it tonight. Hi guys, I'm back. We're going to continue our game. Hey Vorp, I played for like an extra hour. Well, not completely played. I had it running. Finally figured out what the problem was with me not getting sufficient fervor. I think it was fanaticism, fervor. I realized that there's actually also a pause button, which seems like that might be useful. So you can see here, Cthulhu, his patience with me. I only have 185 of his 200 patience remaining. I do have 51 Eldritch Favor. I figured out the problem was why I wasn't generating enough of that. If we went and did a ritual... We had a ritual waiting for us to finish. But if I do a ritual... adding in the extra enhancement materials, I thought, because this was 12, I thought, oh, well, adding that material will only take it to 12, and that would only take it to 14. What's the point? No, it adds those in addition, so that's the secret to getting an appropriate amount.
Embrace your destiny.
Of Eldritch Favor. Vorp, since you weren't here last night, this is Worshippers of Cthulhu. Think SimCity meets the end of the world. We are running out of clam, by the way. Just wanted to share that with everyone. I can drop another clam shack. Let's see. Basic goods. We can drop another clam collector, you know. No harm, no foul in clam collecting around here. I don't think I can get that any closer. If you can't summon giant tentacles, I'm not interested. You missed it. I already did. That happened like a minute ago. And I need to then... I finished off a ritual that I had started yesterday up here in the lovely and appropriate altar space, and put an offering up here, and 4 large, very large tentacles came and took it away. I've described it as Cthulhu deciding he wanted to tic-tac. Let's start the clock rolling again so we can build our new clam shack. Clam shack. Clam's where it's at. Currently we've got sheep, which we use for their blood and the food, and their wool. And we've got clams, and we've got corn. I've conquered a second island. And we'll now pause again.
We require workers, oh High
I need
Priest.
3 more clam shack workers. Do we have... Oh, we've got 1. Okay, well, we'll just use... that's a corn cooker. We don't have a brewery yet, so we can throw the... That's what? Oh, a bottlery. All right, we'll now have 3 people working at our new clam shack, so we'll have more clams.
Honor the teachings.
Let's see, what do we got? We've got wood and planks and corn and clams. A little low on robes. We have no sheep. Well, I guess the sheep are probably being, you know, turned into robes.
I serve the deep.
I serve the deep as well.
I serve the deep.
Yeah, everybody
Worship
serves the
great
deep
one.
in our own way, you know. Hey, fat buddy. Good evening. Last I saw, your college football lads were doing well. Well, historically, the Trojans have been a difficult opponent, especially in more distant past.
Do you hear his
All right, I
whistling?
have 4 people worshiping. That's great. We're currently up to 589 per minute of the fanaticism. I think. What else can we make? Or can we learn to make, I suppose I should say. Wait, I unlocked the defensive towers. So why is it grayed out? It's not locked, though. It's just grayed out. I guess I probably don't have enough of the one or more of the currencies needed to make it. Let's see. We've got the ritual site. We've got the pylon. Looks like next up is the storage office. Increases global storage by 50. Nice. And the ale brewery. I think we know where my priorities lie. Spoiler, it's the ale brewery. We clearly need an ale brewery now. What does the ale brewery need? Oh, that's a good question. I'm glad you asked, because I don't know. I need, well, I think one more stone block to be able to make the brewery. Yep, I need one more stone block. Let's get the clock rolling again.
Honor the teachings.
I've got more captives. Where did I put the thing that can turn captives into citizens? Where did I put that? Conversion. Is that the conversion? No, that's lumber.
Our work for our
That's
God.
the blood drainers.
We obey.
Storage is to here. Put it. No, maybe that.
Let us gather.
That's the re-educator. Yes, yes. Another re-education must. It must begin. We must re-educate the poor, unknowing fools.
Oblivion beckons.
We're still waiting for more of our sandstone bricks. Come on, guys. You go over to the other island. You see I have settled a second island. As I said, I played for about an hour last night. Most of it was spent waiting for being able to run rituals until I realized the key to getting more stuff out of rituals, which was the missing bit of voodoo from yesterday. Let's see.
Our work for our God. I serve the deep.
He serves the deep. Ha ha ha. We currently have no followers. When's the next wave? The next wave of followers, 8:17. So a significant number of minutes before we're going to get more followers. What has
No
that
one
got?
requires our goods.
Full storage again.
O
All
High
right. Well,
Priest.
we also, where was it? The storage office. We need to make a storage office. That one we can do right now. Pause this for just a sec. We don't have enough to make right now. That's disappointing. Advanced goods. We can now make the brewery, though. It's important to have priorities, and nothing goes over with the cultists quite like, you know, you've got the orgy, you've got the human sacrifice, but if you're not liquored up first, is it even worth bothering? Steak and corn ale production. I have no idea how to make steak. I'm going to pause for a second while I figure out how to make steak. Building locked cow farm. So we need 1,200 faith income. Oh, we are at 1,156, so that should open up this next line of stuff. We'll have cow farm, we'll have butcher, access to iron and coal, and eventually a cemetery. A cemetery! Why are you putting perfectly good meat in the ground? I had someone comment last night that this game is... First of all, they went, this game is kind of fucked up. And then a couple minutes later, they said, "This game is very fucked up." Couldn't agree more. Seems like a win to me. Hey, how come that's going down? Why is our faith income going down so precipitously? Well, I guess we're not immediately popping that open. All right, we do have the brewery. Hold on. We have an event that needs my personal attention. You hear a report of a massive whale found dead on the beach. As it blew and tore from decay, its insides revealed a massive mound of sea creatures lying within. Alive and fresh, some of your followers began picking them out. Order your followers to stop and leave it in peace. Unlikely. Or 20 clams and 10 fanaticism. Order your followers to pick all the bounty they can. Normally, I'm fond of the consequences, but in this case, let them go, I was going to say whole hog, whole whale. A little more fanaticism always helps. Let's see. Currently, we are at the level of initiation into awakening. Global increase in zeal is 1%. Horror swim speed +1, and followers arriving +1. Here we'll get to devotion tier. That'll be 2, 1, 2, and a follower arrival time 1 minute, -1 minute. So again, that will increase the followers, allowing me to grow our city of faith-based existence. And that faith is based on a upcoming imminent non-existence. It'll be fine, I'm sure. Probably fine. Possibly fine. It might be fine. It's probably going to be just fine for us. As long as we're eating first. Oh, let's get the clock ticking again. I need worker tiers. Some buildings require specialized workers in each building window. You can check the required ascendance level of followers to work. Oh,
We require workers, O High Priest.
Though your followers are fervent, they lack the knowledge needed for the tasks we demand, my High Priest. Let's see. That's the ale brewery. There are no cult members of a given tier on this island. Is that true for both? It is true for both. So we need acolytes. We need to raise people to be acolytes.
Followers are fervent. They lack the knowledge needed for the task.
Okay, tell me how.
My High Priest.
I bow and witness. My supplications are heeded. Excellent. You've listened to me. Let's see. I'm running out of robes. Let's pause. Let's pause time very briefly. The storage office is now unlocked, right? But we need more stuff. We're close to 1200 again, which will unlock the next tier of buildings and whatnot. But we need to hit the Dream Archive worker tiers. Some buildings require specialized workers. You can check the required ascendance levels. All right, ascendance levels. How can we ascend? That's Butcher they're showing. Oh, they have to have a high enough ascendance level. All right, how exactly do I ascend them? If we check out all of our people, that's a notification. Followers await. We're running out, right? The workplaces. Clam collect. Oh, this is all my workplaces. That is the percentage of output. So currently, both of the lumber mills are not outputting because we're full on lumber. Zero at the brewery. Why is that status on that? Employed only, specialization. I have no acolytes. All right. This worker's zeal determines the productivity. Fulfill workers' needs that influence zeal. Okay, they've got 122 zeal, 119. 122 seems to be the highest, and that's not enough to get. There we go. 121. 123 is the highest. At what level did they become acolytes is the question. How to
No
make
one
them
requires our goods, O High Priest.
What was that? We're running out of clams. Ritual for favor to be able to is ritual for able to complain, or is that that may be the first one? That's the latest. All right.
Oblivion beckons.
I don't think we need any of this particularly, and that'll cost 1,500 faith. And
We will awaken.
we are again. Our faith income is going down. Talk with Harbinger about ascending workers. There it is. That's on the other island. We're going to pause. You can't see it. Below my head is a little green icon. You'll see it in a minute. There's the green icon. That's the green icon right there. Tells me I need to talk to the Harbinger, who is basically he's overseeing my overseeing. Seems quite similar to Against the Storm. I played a little bit of Against the Storm. This one definitely is darker in that it's about leading a cult of Cthulhu to help bring around the end of the world. Involves, your occasional human sacrifice. A lot of madness. So it's probably less cheery than Against the Storm. I just played a little bit of Against the Storm. This one appeals to my macabre sense of humor. What do you got for me, dude? Come on, talk to me.
Minds can be roused, attaining in an instant what years of repetition and toil.
Maybe Night Gaunts or Byaiki? For those of you familiar with the Lovecraftian creations. Bubble, bubble, toil and trouble. That's lovely. It's a lovely place. Talk with the Harbinger about ascending workers. I tried to erect the altar, mortal. Embrace your incoming hosts. That's not sounding like everyone's going to want to sign up for that. Erect the altar. Where do we erect the altar? Build ascension altar to ascend your followers. That is the storage office. Where's the ascension? On conquest. Grand altars? No. What do we have over here? Alright, that's my major city, and this is not too terribly far away. Ascend, expanding. Talk with the Harbinger about. Is he still available to be chatted with some more? I'm not seeing him. He's not there. Back to our other. Is he hanging around up here anymore? Don't see him anymore. Dude, where'd you go? Oh, ritual site. Ascension altar. Here stands an ancient ruin where Ascension altar was once performed. Ascension ritual was once performed. Okay. Build an ascension. Let's turn back on the clock. There we go.
Embrace your incoming hosts.
Core. Alright, that's that. Shouldn't be conquest, should be grand altars, but it's not. We're running out of cooked corn. Well, come on, guys. We've got 2 big fields of corn running. I think.
Our work for our God.
Yeah, exactly. Our work for our God. Where's
Our
the corn
work
cooking?
for our
That's the
God.
sheep farm.
Worship the Great One.
That's the robe maker.
No one requires our goods,
Lumberjack.
our work for our God.
It's the sheep farm.
We require workers, O High Priest.
Worship the Great One.
Where's the corn?
We will be rewarded.
Where's the corn cookery?
Our work for our God.
Where's the corn cookery? Come on. Workplaces. Corn plantation.
We obey.
Corn cooker.
Our work for our God.
We have another corn cooker just sitting around. We do. All right, we're now fully... Our corn cookery is now fully manned. Build an ascension altar. Ooh, I get 30 Cthulhuid. I guess that's the patience. Once we get steak and corn ale production going.
We require workers, O High Priest.
Right, they have to be ascended. Cemetery, mine, iron, butcher, and cow farm. Ah, the Ascension Altar is up there. There we go. Now we can build the Ascension Altar. Found it. Sometimes you got to poke around a bit in the UI for this game. Ascension Altar. We've got the parts we need. It's building. We have an Ascension Altar. More tentacles coming. I have a feeling we're getting some tentacular action. Not positive. Creepy looking bugs. Lots of creepy looking bugs. I hope nobody's an entomophobe other than me. Ascending followers tiers. Ascending the tier of your followers requires fungus. The Ascension Altar enables the cultivation. Collect them using, I think that's left click. Once you've harvested fungus, you need to wait for them to grow back. Assign workers to the Ascension Altar to make them grow faster. Where's... Oh, we've got fungus. We've got lots of fungus. Ascending. To ascend following. Followers using fungus. Open the radial menu, select the Ascend tool, and pick the chosen housing to ascend its resident. You can also ascend your followers using the Ascension window.
My High Priest,
Yes?
now is the time to choose who you wish to elevate. But beware, those ascended will assume mundane tasks, so choose wisely.
Right, so a couple of brewers. Because we need... Our brewers have to be ascended. Which it makes sense. I mean, after all, obviously making beer is a representation of divine will upon the land. You know, beer. More generally, alcohol. But beer's pretty straightforward.
We require workers, O High Priest.
Yes, I know we do. Let's see. Right.
We obey.
Here then. We should be able to. The fact that the brewery doesn't allow us to
We require workers, O High Priest.
browse. Specialization only. Yeah, it doesn't even let us look at it there, even though we should be able to raise their consciousness from there.
We will be rewarded.
Let's see. We need a couple of brewers. That is a brewer. That is Zebulon Innsmouth. Zebulon Innsmouth. I don't know how to find
I
it
serve the deep. We
other
will
than
be
by clicking on
rewarded.
the house.
Fulfill the prophecy.
Worship the great. I serve the deep. Our work for our God. We will
Zebulon
be
Innsmouth. The Ascension menu. There we go. There we go. Yes, I'm going to choose them wisely as soon as you get out of my way. He cannot ascend. Ascension not possible. Follower needs not fulfilled. Why are his needs not fulfilled? All hail the great old one, the great old man. Both are true. Both things are absolutely true. Why can they not ascend? Followers' needs not fulfilled. What needs are not fulfilled? Almost nobody can ascend here. I guess you've got to have. I guess your needs have got to be fulfilled enough to your, so you're reasonably high. All right. While we're at it, we'll come over here and we'll gather more of the divine, holy, possibly unholy fungus. Definitely creepy. The fungus is definitely creepy. The answer is always more sacrifices. Well, I'm not going to say you're wrong, because you're not. But we definitely need a ritual. I think the ritual is obvious. So what we're going to do, we don't have the cooked corn or enough robes right now. What's the cooked corn and robe production look like? My robe production is somewhere over here.
We will be rewarded.
That's it. So we're looking at about 2 minutes. I don't understand where the robes are going. What else did we needed? We needed the corn. Cooked corn. We have no cooked corn. I guess I have to put up another cornery.
I serve the deep.
Cornfield. So we'll do that. That's a storage office. Services. Basic goods. Basic goods. Time for another corn plantation. It's okay. Turn on time again. I would like to be able to do the second tier of ritual, as the returns on your time investment are much better. Time and goods investment. Come on. Get out there and get to work. God, these people are so lazy. It's just unbelievable. Why is it not being built? Why are you not building? Took you too long. I'm afraid they'll have to be flogged. There we go. All right. We need to place fields. There we go. That's now running. We need a lot of blocks of sandstone.
Oblivion beckons.
We have 5. We need more. Let me pop back to my other island and AFK for just a second because my cup is sadly. See, doesn't my cup look happier now? It's leading a much more fulfilled existence now that it's filled. Over here, I wanted to check and see.
I serve the deep.
Wow, these guys are not... Oh, I know. We need a building over there. I can't remember the name of the building. It is...
Oblivion beckons.
No, it's not that one.
Do you hear his whisper?
Ah, it's the Elder's Temple. That'll improve everybody's happiness over on the other island. An Elder's Temple. Of course, why? Why, I should have known. Comic Sans, thank you! Let's see. House. We could drop a couple more houses in here too, I think. That wouldn't do any harm. Sooner or later, we're going to need them here. Go. Didn't do it again. I always misclick and don't finish that. There we go. It was what? Low on Eldritch Favor. Building materials. Services. Elder's Temple. Increases the zeal. Yeah. There we go. Set the clock running again. They'll be happier now. Perhaps they'll do better work. Because right now, Daddy is not happy.
Embrace your destiny.
I wish I hadn't said that out loud. Still not showing any additional robes.
Worship the Great One.
We're worshiping, dude. We're worshiping. I need a couple workers to grow corn. How about you and you for now? I have more corn. Can we put another sheep farm back there? Oh, wrong button. I hit the wrong button. I doubt we can fit it there. Oh, we can. How nice. We've got a minute and 3 seconds. We'll get our next wave of followers. That would be nice. I'm going to open up the cow farm. So we can now build cow farms. Moo. Insert your moo here. We could probably... Oh, it comes up one short. That's unpleasant. To there. I believe that'll be correct. For an extra row of housing here. Vorp, could I get you to do me a favor and take care of that? They're back. This is the 4th day in a row I think they've showed up. Followers have arrived.
We require workers, oh.
I know you do. Unfortunately, new people have arrived. Really? Do we have nobody else who's available? They just arrived.
High Priest.
Do we need more houses? We're going to need a few more houses. Thank you, Vorp. You demand. Should be enough houses for everyone.
Embrace your destiny.
We're not quite there yet. Why do the robes keep vanishing? What's using robes other than, like, my ceremonies?
Embrace your destiny.
Various bonuses. Let's see what we've got. Ceremonial carving. I'm going to change a specialization. That might be good. To change a specialization. Well, we are short on Eldritch favors. So
Honor the teachings.
I'm going to go ahead. And we're going to have to run a tier 1. Well, we just don't have the materials yet, so we'll be using some planks and throw on some bonus planks, and that'll give us 38 Eldritch favor.
Embrace your destiny.
And now, here it comes. We're going to be building our little offering here. You wanted the tentacles. They are about 45 seconds out. Why are we running out of corn cooks?
Honor the teachings.
How much corn do we have? We have lots of corn. I'm going to put another corn cooker up then. About
Fulfill the prophecy.
20 seconds left. Here we go. About 12 seconds. You'll see what I refer to as cosmic tic-tac. It applies, it appears, and there it is. We will click to complete the ritual. There it is, it's the little green thing, and there's your tentacles. Everyone wanted tentacles. And they got the tic-tac. I certainly found it delicious. We need another corn cooker. So I'm going to run a little bit of road. Even more tentacles he wants. Well, I mean, it is hard to go wrong with more tentacles, I have to admit. We need another corn cooker.
We require workers, O High Priest.
All right, so ascension. Let's see. Gonna have to find some that can ascend and move them into other functions. This lumberjack now. Yeah, he can ascend. Okay. They're currently a lumberjack, but they can ascend. Lumberjacks we don't really need right now. We've got more than enough to do with. Oh, we have ascended that.
It is accomplished, and your people are imbued with renewed vigor to fulfill their designated role.
They'd better be. That's all I'm saying. Corn cooker. Wow, corn cookers. That must be a very, very fulfilling job. Oh, I thought that was the requirements to ascend, but that guy's got 122 and can't ascend, and that one's got 112 and can't. A couple of clam collectors are very happy. Apparently clam collecting and corn cooking. So what it is the letter C is the most important thing. I wouldn't have expected that. We're going to go with a clam collector, I think. So, we're going to assign the only two people who can make us beer.
We require workers, O.
You need workers. That's a corn cookery, right? Yeah, that's a corn cookery. That's corn glow.
I serve the deep.
We're going to replace them with that. And
We
come over to
require
corn
workers.
cookery. And well, we've got 4. Congratulations.
Oh, High Priest.
Everybody, we have 100% employment again. So, start steak and corn ale. The corn ale is running. A cow farm. Let's see. How about we set the road first? Everything's got to be connected by roads. We're a very modern city. You might not think so. You know, just because we sacrifice people and stuff like that doesn't mean that we're not a modern city. Okay? I just think that's important to let you know. Okay, got that taken care of. Now, the storage office, we still need sandstone for. But we have enough sandstone blocks to make the cow farm. So the cow farm is getting made. There. Let's take a quick journey over to our second island. Let's see how everyone is
Our
doing.
work for our God.
Ah, their numbers are going up. Excellent. They're much happier now that they have an elder's temple. They're all
Worship the
becoming
great
much more productive members of society. I couldn't be more delighted.
Oblivion beckons.
Ah, 12 sandstone bricks. The sandstone bricks are adding up. That's good. I think I'm going to need another robe manufactory.
We obey.
All right, they're draining blood, which is nice. You need to have your blood drainer.
We will be rewarded.
That's a robe maker.
Worship the Great One.
Always worship the Great One. I consider that to be an obvious thing. I mean, you don't have to tell someone to worship the Great One. Everyone should be worshiping the Great One. Seriously, who's not? Robes. I think I need to make more robes. Robe manufacturing. Alright, we are short a few people, so I may have
We
to
require workers.
move
O
some
High
people
Priest.
around. We have a cow farm. Do we have any cow farmers? Oh, these require ascended workers as well. Time to see if we can ascend a couple more workers. We have one robe maker who we can ascend. But right now we need more robes. And a couple of corn cookers. And another clam collector. And we're how far away? We are 3 minutes and 22 seconds from our next batch of followers. Oh, we've got something up. You hear about a man wandering into the settlement from the woods. His posture, unbearable smell, and strange noises are bothering the community. Hey, I've come to an agreement with my upstairs neighbor. She's not going to complain about my posture, unbearable smell, and strange noises, and I'm going to occasionally bathe. When faced, he opens up his broken robe, laced with faint yellow, and shows you 2 pieces of parchment on each side. Choose, he whispers. Choose the right parchment. We lose 10 Cthulhu patients. Choose the left parchment. We choose 2 Cthulhu's patients. Order your men to beat up the stray and cast him out of the settlement. We gain 10 patience and 10 fanaticism. But I'm curious to see. Jackie Gleason, well, that would be to the moon. Here we go. I'm going to choose the left parchment. You open the parchment. To your left lays the path of wisdom. Do not wake him and save them all. You tread the path of madness. Look at your actions. You look up, and the figure man now appears tall, clean, and robed in a vivid yellow robe. He smiles with this singular golden eye and disappears. Well, I lost 10 patients for that. Not amused. We need
We
workers
require
there,
workers, O High Priest.
but I think we need to wait another 3 minutes to get more workers.
Fulfill the prophecy.
We need more workers.
We obey. No one requires our goods, O High Priest.
Yeah, well, his family's passionate about working in an ale brewery. I would if I could ascend him, but I cannot ascend him. Now, can I? Her. Sorry. Her. I'm going to fire her from that job. I'm going to assign her to robes for now. That's the
No
robes,
one
right?
requires our goods,
No,
O
that's the
High
one
Priest.
check. Where'd I put the other robes? Where'd I put that there?
We require workers, O
There, you've got one.
High Priest.
And we're going to have to ascend, I guess, another like couple of clam collectors. Because we need more ascended workers. We're going to start getting cattle. Corn cookers. We have a second corn cookery going now, so. We have another clam collector.
We require workers, O High Priest.
Yes, we're going to change that one and that one. Nope, I did that wrong. That's my fault. The other one that needed him is the brewery.
We require workers, O High
Just needed to assign them. So now they're assigned.
Priest.
All right, so start steak and corn ale production. We should have the corn ale should be producing.
We await your orders, O High Priest.
Yeah, we're getting some brewskis.
Hear his whisper.
Got some brewskis rolling.
The work is just.
I serve the deep.
I too serve the deep.
The work is just.
So, we will get 30 of Cthulhu's patients. Oh, we need steak. We have to make a steakhouse. So we need a butcher for that. Eldritch favorite? No. Probably surfaces? Nope. Basic goods? Nope. Not building materials. Core? No. I just unlocked that. Where did it go? No. Conquest, Grand Altars, Advanced Goods. The butcher can go right next to the cattle. Six followers have arrived.
Yes,
There we
right.
go. Yeah, there's the cow farm. They're beefing up our supplies. Get it? It's a joke. But that may also be an advanced building.
Embrace your destiny.
We're still not racking up robes. But I built a second robery, didn't I?
Worship the Great One.
Yeah. They're not... Oh, there's only one person working. Well, they're about to get some additional workers.
We require workers, O High Priest.
And they require more acolytes. Alright, the butcher. Not a baker. Not a candlestick maker. Okay, are we clear? Followers Ascension. We don't want to take the robe maker. Right now we have shortages of robes. Another couple of corn cookers.
Fulfill the prophecy.
We require workers,
Yeah. You got a couple now.
O High Priest.
High Priest.
There we go.
commence
That
the
gave us 30
fabrication
patients
of
with
stakes
Cthulhu.
and ale. Let us nourish the Denzians and awaken the Dream Spire.
Awaken the Dream Spire.
I see your people are satiated. Maybe it is time to activate the Dream Spire.
Maybe. What do you think?
Fulfill the prophecy.
Interact with the Dream Spire. Is that the other item? Yes, it was. That's the Dream Spire. I'm empty again. Well, just my heart and my soul. My cup, too. Be right back. And I'm back, and this time I'll even remember to turn the AFK off. Go me. All right, here we go. The Dream Spire. It's not my fault. It's not my fault. Promise, guys, it's not my fault. You are insufficient again. Dude, you ought to better watch your step. I got a whole bunch of people. We're going to kick your ass. Elder creature, critter, or not. Call me inefficient again. Find out. Your mom's insufficient.
And reconstruct the sacrificial stone. Through it you shall gain access to demonstrate your loyalty and unwavering commitment to mortal.
Alright, collect 3 sacrificial stones. That'll be another 30 points. Ooh. Ah. So, these are at sea. To get those, we need to, in essence, summon up a sea critter to feast upon them. A little bit. I suppose we're having any... Why are we not having any damn robes?
The work is just.
That's the butcher.
We will be rewarded.
Do we have any additional workers? Looks like everybody's employed. Everybody's employed, and we've got what? Another almost 9 minutes before we get more work. I suppose it's any different over here, is it? We don't have a whole bunch of stuff here.
We obey.
A good thing you do, too. Got a say. Okay, so the workers are an entire workforce across all of the islands.
We will be rewarded.
Sure, you'll be rewarded. Believe you me. The reward will be coming. I'm going to summon a horror. You know, we've got the faith, we've got the blood, but I can't really afford to be murdering my followers. I just don't have... And notice, it's not a sacrifice. We're not killing them. We have the option to exalt them, which I think has a much nicer ring. You know, if you were given the choice of being fired from your job or being exalted from your job, which would you rather have? So it's probably going to be a while before we can start popping that up, as I would like to have more progress done. How are we doing on
Let us gather.
the sandstone blocks? We need one more, and we'll be able to hold more stuff. Building materials. Oh, that's the green silicate right there.
Honor the teachings.
We're almost there. But still nothing on the freaking roads. We need more. We've got plenty of sheep, which I thought was the input.
Our work for our God.
Yeah, it is. Sheep is the input. I'm going to change a couple more assignments then. How are we doing on lumber right now? Can I take some more people off? Yeah, both wood chopping and lumber. All right. A couple of people are about to get new jobs.
Worship the Great One.
Sheep shearing. Let's see. Lumberjack? Well, he's a lumberjack. And he's okay. Do we have any other sheep farmers that I can yoink? Doesn't look like it. Corn, clams. Lumberjack. He's not even any good at it. He's just plain bad at it. Lumberjack, lumber mill. We'll move her across. It's a little more micromanaging than I like. That is the storage office. To increase our global storage. Does that need... It does not need anyone to work there. Yay, it's just a big goddamn warehouse. All right. I approve of this message.
Fulfill the prophecy.
Fulfill the prophecy. Yeah. Blah, blah, blah.
Honor the teachings.
What else do we need? Need 2 robes and 4 more cooked corn. Okay, we've got the cooked corn. We'd like to have a whole lot more of clams and cooked corn to be able to get the bonuses. Without the bonuses, we're just going to go ahead and do the basic tier of effigy. Crank it up with the extra materials. Carve that. Yeah, carve that. So this will give us another, what was it, 30 odd, something like that. Which will give us access to iron mine and coal mine. You can see there are a number more tiers. The game goes on pretty deeply. Cathedral of Cthulhu, ointment workshop, because, frankly, can you ever really have enough ointment? Crystal mine, sunflower oil press, useful for making ointments, I'm sure, and sunflower plantation. Pasta press. Wow, these people are going to end up eating pretty good. Contemplation site. Shrine carver. Stained glass maker. It really does sound like it's going to be pretty nice, eventually. All right, we got more fungus from our altar of ascension so that we can ascend to more people. We got about 5 minutes before our next batch of followers shows up.
Let us gather.
Okay, insufficient workforce.
Worship the Great One.
We have no
require
workers there? We have no
workers, O
workers
High
there. Well, that's
Priest.
fine for now. We're having more lumber than we knew what to do with.
Let us gather.
We obey.
That is the blood drainer. What's the problem with them? Doesn't appear to be any problem. The ritual. Time for...
Let us gather.
We complete the ritual. Tentacles! More tentacles! Grabbing the tic-tac tentacles. Tic-tac time. Down it goes. All right. Our Eldritch flavor is back up to 50. We'll hold on to it right there. Yeah, I want more followers before I exalt 2 of them to start working on the sacrificial stones, and I expect it'll probably take 2 goes for me to get through all the ships and get to the things we need for the stones. There's 1 stone. There's the 2nd stone. Where's the 3rd? There's the 3rd. Because after you summon the sea creature to go take care of your errands, they sadly degenerate over time. They basically lose like 1 life in a second. So I would imagine it's probably going to take 2 of them for me to be able to get all of the sacrificial stones. Might even take 3. Let's take a quick gander back at the other island and see how things are going.
Our work for our God.
Most everyone seems happy, not quite
Worship the
everyone.
Great One.
Passionate about being a stonemason. You're doing stonemasonry. Why are you not going up higher? You're both stonemasons. These people, they're lumberjacks. Okay, that guy's a stonemason. That guy's a lumberjack. But he's happier doing his job than you. What on earth is wrong with you people? God, it's so hard to get good help. Suboptimals. 2.25 minutes. Okay. That was a bonk. That was 4 planks.
Fulfill
Let's see.
the blessing.
We have wood and planks and corn. Clams are coming. Cooked corn are starting to go up. Got plenty of blood and sheep. Probably move somebody from the blood factory to
We
something
will
else.
be rewarded.
It's the lumberjack.
I serve the
That's the
deep.
rogues,
Worship the Great One.
corn,
Our work for our God.
We fulfill the promise.
Our work for our
Let us pray.
Let us pray
We
indeed,
await
my
your
friend.
orders, O High. We await your orders, O High Priest.
Oh, excellent.
Our work for our God.
I never get tired of
I
hearing
serve
that.
the deep.
We require
It's an
workers,
insufficient
O High
workforce
Priest.
because nobody's sick. That's for lumberjackery.
Honor the teachings.
That's the re-educator. That'll give us 2 more. We had captives that I needed to re-educate. Should have done that a little while ago. Didn't.
I serve the deep.
There's the blood drainer. We don't, I think, need 5 people on the blood drainer. We need 5
will
people on the
awaken.
blood drainer? No, we don't.
Worship the
Need
Great
5.
One.
We have corn. We'll keep the 2 blood drinkers. Can you breed eldritch bunnies? Not yet. We have sheep and cows. So far. I mean, obviously, I'm hoping that at some point, we can get the bunnies. I mean, because obviously I would want that. Going to fire them. And let's see.
We obey.
They're really good at
We
growing
will
corn.
Be rewarded.
And if we put her in there, we fire him or her and assign them. Now we've got corn people growing all of our corn. We have one more sort of
Do you
freelancer.
hear his whisper?
What are we a little low on? Low on robes. Corn cooking.
Our work for our
That's
God.
corn cooker. We can assign that there. My followers await my decision. And we've got another event. I will pause. Some of the events are quite grotesque, including, let's see. Yesterday we had a baby born with a birthmark shaped like a tentacle on the left side of their face. And we could sort of like elevate them or sacrifice them. I don't remember which we did. I think elevate, but I'm not sure.
Fulfill the prophecy. Embrace your destiny.
That's the main storage. I thought we had notification. Not there. Notifications. Workplace notifications. What was the last? Followers await my decision. Shouldn't that have been from there? I thought.
Honor the teachings.
Huh. Don't know what happened to it. There should have been an event there. There wasn't. Maybe I need to be... No? I don't think that can occur on the other... It can occur on the other island. I was wrong. Here we are. 6 followers have just arrived. Your people feel uncomfortable working with Jacob ever since he started walking around with nails driven into his skull. Come on. Hellraiser, pretty good movie. With each passing day, more nails appear, and Jacob behaves as if he doesn't notice them. The only time they seem to bother him is when he tries to comb his hair. Jacob has been consecrated by our God's revelation. Order the doubters to be disciplined, and have the acolytes examine the patterns of the nails to uncover the truth they reveal to us. That'll give us, I believe, 5 patience. Yeah, 5 Cthulhu's patience. Or we can go the other way. Jacob may have received a vision from the Lord, but it's also possible he's fallen ill. Keep a close watch over him and provide treatment if necessary. Give comfort to those who are frightened by these events. And that will be 5 fanaticism. It brings a new meaning to turning up to work hammered. Well done. I'm kind of pissed off that I didn't say that. But for want of a nail, that's all I got. Command the unbelievers to replicate the patterns of the nails on their own head. Perhaps the truth is amplified by the number of faithful adherents following the pattern. The consequences for that are unknown. But how can I possibly say no to everyone driving nails into their skull? Note also the completely not at all disturbing imagery here. I'm going to tell them all to hammer nails in their head. I think it has to be a bad decision. And I am so for it. The cries raged across the temples as your faithful priests painstakingly reproduced the ornate patterns of the nails. Each hit of the hammer produced shrieks that soon became harmonic. The music covered the city like a shroud of pain, touching everyone's soul. In unison, they began to pray on wooden floors in the dirt and on delicate carpets. Then there was a tremor that suddenly broke the spell. The silence was deafening for a moment. Then all went back to work like it never happened. I got both benefits. And maybe more. It might have been only 5 of each. Instead, I get 10 of both. You see, you just have to trust in the Lord. So now, theoretically, I should have a bunch more workers and people to choose from to sacrifice. Oh, there's the boat. It's not here yet. It's almost here. Wow, we have got... I need to make more houses. But let's see. What do I want to do first? We got to make more houses. So, let's see. Pause. Pause the world, everyone. I want to get off. All right, we need that to be there. I think there. More houses. I'm going to build houses here first. Start the clock running again. All right, can we exalt some new people who don't have jobs yet? No, I don't know why. Why can we not exalt them? Do they not deserve exalting as well? Let's give it a minute then, because this is the homeless. They have to have homes, I think, before they can work. I just don't understand why we can't just, you know, they can sleep under, like, the work tables. As long as they don't disturb, you know, the other workers, obviously. How are we doing on stuff? They're still not racking up much in the way of robes or cooked corn. All right. We're getting some. Now we're getting some new people. There we go. Unemployed. Congratulations, Eudora Blackwood, Azura Maitland. Straight to heaven you go. Summon. There we go. Duh. Sometimes you need to press the button. And here comes our latest friend. We've summoned him a couple of times before. There goes the guy who had tentacles burst out of him, and there's our friend. Hopefully we can get 2 of the 3 sacrificial stones we need. All right, first we need you to eat the sailboat, and then eat the other sailboat. All right, grab the rock. He has grabbed the rock. He is moving on to the next. He's at 450 health out of his initial 630. Should get 2. Might be able to get 3, but I don't know how to do this. Might be able to get all 3. Grab the second sacred sacrificial stone. We've got almost half. It's going to be close. That thing looks like it's bigger, so that thing may make it difficult. This is the smaller ship and the bigger ship. finish this a little bit short. Yeah, we are. We're going to not quite get all three. Sad, but not too surprising. However, what we can do... We got a couple more unemployed. Summon up another. You see, they've got the guy standing there. He's making... And the tentacles pop out of him, and he falls into the water, and up pops our friend. Suppose we can actually get through there, can't we? No. Long trip. All right, we gotta go round. Gotta go round, round, get around. I get around. Now, we could also send him to, like, where all this flotsam is, but all we get out of that, I think, is, like, wood. We have enough wood. We don't need more wood. What we need is more sacrificial stuff. He's closing in. It doesn't stand a chance. It's a caravel. Maybe it does stand a chance. Nope, sunk it. We've got... Cthulhu is less unhappy with us. We'll do that in a bit. I'll grab any flotsam and jetsam I can find before I run out of health. As I said, the damage is ticking away. That didn't look like wood at all. No, that's... Oh, that's prisoners! That's prisoners! That's awesome. Can I make it down here? We got a couple more prisoners. What we can do is we can convert the prisoners to more adherents. You know. I don't think I'll make it over there. Well, maybe. A couple more bits of flotsam and jetsam. Flotsam and jetsam are two different things. Flotsam is the wreckage from a ship that floats, hence flot. I don't think he's going to make it any further, but we'll try. Jetsam is all of the stuff they threw overboard when they were trying to avoid sinking. Oh, that's a lot of ships. Well, we can grab that in time, maybe that in time. We're going to die. A little bit. We're going to die, you know, a little bit around the edges. It's fine, okay? All right.
Fulfill the prophecy.
The ceremony hall. Prove your worth. Sacrifice one of your devoted followers. Do not hesitate. Enter the hall. Begin the ceremony. Enter the hall. Oh, wow. Now that is a spiffy looking outfit I'm wearing, don't you think? I didn't know I could do that.
Embrace your destiny.
Let's begin a ceremony. Let's see. The flame of purification. Wards will be some Cthulhu's patience, more faith, and I can either lose or gain fanaticism. The current fanaticism level determines reaction to your followers to human sacrifice. I don't understand. How could they not be enthused about that possibility? I don't get it. Mark for sacrifice. How many do I need? How about 2 of them? So, select 3. Then I'll select 3 of them. How about 3 of them? Smeltery. Well, he who smelteried it, delteried it? There we go. 3 are marked for sacrifice. Oh, here we are. Oh, okay. We've got a mini game or something here. Hold on. I need to AFK for a sec. Got to refill the cup. and take a short side trip. So bear with me. I was just thinking about how this game came into being. A group of developers are trying to figure out what game they're going to make. They're sitting around, they're having a few drinks, then a few more drinks. And they decide, hey, we can do a city builder. And so they start throwing ideas back and forth. Fantasy city builder. Oh my God, that's been done to death. Martian colony has been, I can think of 3 off the top of my head. Okay. Maybe an IP. Maybe we reach a licensing agreement to use somebody's intellectual property. That's not a bad idea. Star Trek? Oh, God. Imagine CBS. No, their licensing's got to be brutal. Star Wars? Can you imagine anything worse than having to negotiate with the House of Mouse? Oh, my God. Disney? Never. Oh, well, what kind of IP is there that is in the public domain? Lovecraft. What? Lovecraft. I mean, like Call of Cthulhu? Yeah. So a city builder where we destroy the world? Yeah. Hand me that bottle. This has been Len's Theater. I hope you enjoyed it. All right. Select the alchemical dust to anoint the frame and light the sacrificial spires, holding your chosen acolytes to perform a ritual. The order and colorations you choose will influence the outcome. So we can go green, green, green. We could go yellow, green, purple, purple, green, purple. There are just so many different possibilities. Well, here we are. We've got Jedediah R'lyeh, Virgil Waitley, Enoch Cloven. Well, cloven hoofs. Enoch is biblical. Waitley, the lead antagonists in the Dunwich horror story by Lovecraft is Wilbur Waitley, the whole Waitley family being horrifyingly corrupt. And Jedediah R'lyeh. August R'lyeh is a writer who worked and they created a bunch of stories in amongst the elements of the Cthulhu mythos. Well, I have a yellow pointing on him, so ASDF, movement, sprint, I don't need that. Camera rotation, of course. Oh, very nice. Let's see, so we've got yellow alchemical dust, blue alchemical dust and purple. I can choose to apply the dust to each of them. Because I am contrarian, I'm going to go 3, 2, 1. And we're going to set fire to them in that order. You don't often see a game that allows you to burn people alive close up. You know? Your turn, Enoch. You know, whoever it was who was telling me the other night that this game is really fucked up, they're right. 28 Cthulhu's patience determines the time left to finish all the tasks demanded by the old one. And 2600 faith determines the strength of your people's faith. So we got patience and we got faith. You gotta have faith, faith, faith. Fanaticism changed -5. Guess they didn't like that. Shining like a star, complete the flame ritual. Your people noticed, again, a suspicious ship near Dream Shroud. We can't be watched. Their crew must be captured. Will I have to do it again?
Fulfill the prophecy.
30 minutes to wait for another.
He will awaken.
Enter the hall. Okay, this is where we just were, setting fire to people. Yo. Animation, not actually terrible, gotta say. Kind of surprising, really. I would have expected that to be kind of janky. Cleanse them in fire, my priests. May their song and their ashes envelop us in bliss and bring joy to our God. Yeah, that would be nice. Sacrifice an acolyte with at least 140 zeal in the ceremony hall. Island attack. Capture a suspicious crew. Where would that be? Way down here. Well, once again, we're going to have to summon up another bad boy. What you gonna do? Do we have enough unemployed? Yeah, we do. Sorry. Nothing personal. You just had to, you know, die. At least he's amused by it. So it turns out they are fungible assets. I'm waiting. It's in progress. Why is it in progress? Why isn't it just going off? Oh, because I haven't.
Cleanse them in the fire, my high priest.
There he is.
May their song and their ashes envelop us in bliss and bring joy to our God.
And then he falls into the water, and up pops our friend. Ah! Our friend is up. As a Thyr. Take it apart, as a Thyr. No mercy.
The ship is sunken. Now let's capture the crew.
Took a lot of damage, I have to say.
After an intensive interrogation, the captured crew confessed that an attack on Dream Shroud is planned. If this is true, we need to arm the shore.
Okay. Sacrifice an acolyte, and that's later. This guy does not have long, so we've got to feed him. Guess we have to do something for the shore. Summon and build a Dream Shroud sword. Are you not moving? 1 Yuggothar horror and 2 defense tower. I have 1 defense tower. Got 6 more followers. I will pause. Raspberry jamming has followed. Well, I don't think anyone could possibly object to raspberry jamming. I mean, Raspberries. You get my spiel. Hold on. Here we go. Gotta stretch it out. Welcome to my humble little stream of misfunction, malfunction, dysfunction, and frequently complete and total unfunction. You're most welcome indeed, and thank you very, very much for the follow. And good evening. Now, I have to get back, I'm sure you understand, to sacrificing my followers to the elder gods so that the world can end. You know, the way it does. I need more defense towers. Not sure I've got space to build them, which is kind of disappointing. Maybe I do. Probably not. Maybe. Let's see. Defense towers. Grand altars. Advanced goods. Game on your wish list. I'm curious to see if anyone is streaming it. How do you like it so far? I will take a pause here. The most important thing that I had to learn after streaming it for 2 hours last night is this material right here, this Eldritch Favor right here, is how you advance through the buildings you can make. You have to gain that and spend it. For instance, I would spend 15 to learn how to make iron mines and 15 how to make coal mines, just so you can see there's a lot going on past what you're currently seeing in the game. So it's a really important resource, and I was not making good use of it. It is generated in this building here, which you'll get early on. Really, this is the only issue I had, was the shortage of the Eldritch Favor.
Embrace your destiny.
What you do here is perform rituals. And so, for instance, here, if I was to start a ritual with 1 wood, 2 wood, 4 wood, total of 5 wood, and it would take 1,500 faith, and it would produce 12 favor. 12 favor is not much. And the faith takes a while to regenerate. So in some cases, I was having to wait for like 10 minutes to get enough faith that I could get more Eldritch Favor to make the next building in the tutorial. But what you can do is you can add additional resources here on the side and take it from 12 to 24 to 38. And the difference it makes is huge. That's the only shortcoming I found so far, is they didn't explain how important it is, because you're going to be limited in how much faith you have to do the rituals, that you want to make sure you add the enhancement issues to get the points out. There are higher tiers of stuff, like here, and so if you can do that, that's an even better. So you get the I can't remember the name, but the Eldritch Favor is what you need. Basically, the favor of the gods to learn how to make a brewery, because I think we can agree, breweries vitally important. That's really the only sort of blocker I have run into so far. The only thing where I was frustrated not figuring it out. Everything else, I figured it out eventually. That one took me a while. So, right now, as an example, we've got roads, houses. You have to have a house for every... I have 3 followers with no houses. That's my fault. So, we're going to make a little road extension and build a couple more houses. And that should do it. I'll start the clock ticking again, and these will get built in the next minute or so. And it is 11 minutes until the next wave of followers, which will be the next 6 citizens I have. And note that citizens are not just used to work in the various buildings. They're also the materials for exalting human sacrifice. The game is pretty dark. Actually, yeah, it's quite dark at times.
We require workers,
Let's see how we're doing on our stuff. We've got wood and planks are plenty. we're short on clams, so I need to
I
put a
serve
couple
the
more
deep.
workers in our clam collecting. I do. None of these are trained in clamming, but a couple more will work. And over here, no,
Be
that's
rewarded.
fine.
We will awaken.
All right, currently do not have any people working there.
Worship the Great One.
That's still working.
I serve the deep.
That's the blood drainer.
Oblivion beckons.
So the purple ones are ones that are not working at full efficiency for one reason or another. I was working really quick through everything you can make. Yeah, blood drainer. Come on, you can't have good occult rituals without blood. Over here on the left, underneath my head, is a mini map that allows me, for instance, to pop between the two islands that I control. Also allows me to control the clock.
Honor the teaching.
So you can see we've got wood, planks, corn, clams. We're short on clams, but that should help that. Cooked corn, you have to cook. We've got sheep. Sheep give us blood and theoretically robes. I have 2 manufacturers on robes. I can't keep up with robe manufacturing. We have captives. Oh, that's before I forget. We have captives. No vampires yet. It's mostly sticking to the H.P. Lovecraft Call of Cthulhu type of background. So, I mean, for instance, this is a monster of the deep summoned up. So that is in keeping with it. Let us go ahead and turn. We have 21 captives. Let's see if we can't turn some of these captives into new workers.
Honor the teachings.
So we've got captives, sandstone bricks, corn ale, fungus, which is used to ascend. Our workers, we've got steak, and we've got cows. Who are we draining blood from? No, that's not from the captives. That's actually from the sheep. We're not entirely insane. We're only 85% insane. So we've got roads, houses, extra storage. Yeah, it does make more sense. Builder's shack, which you have to make the other buildings, more storage, the ceremonial hall. We've got lumberjack, lumber mills, sandstone quarries, stonemasons. We've got clam collectors, we've got corn plantation, corn cooker, sheep farm, robe maker. We've got some religious buildings, including the re-educator. We've got conquest, so there's a summoning ritual, which allows me to summon up this big guy to attack ships. We've got pylons, which increase the number of horrors you can have. These are horrors. Blood drainers, obviously, defensive towers like that, which will shoot anything that attempts to attack us. Different religious altars, sacrificial altar, beacon altar, and the ascension altar, which is required to sort of raise your worshippers up to like the 2nd tier, let's say, so that they can work in higher tier buildings. Advanced goods is the brewery, cow farm, and butcher. These have to be manned by ascended employees. I don't know what this button is for because it's not enabled yet. I'm still in the tutorial. I'm almost 5 hours into the game. So it has a great deal of complexity. I'm surprised at the amount of depth it has. This is the island of Ascension, where we have to have fungus to.
Do you hear his whisper?
We can worship here as well. Worshipping will increase. Like currently, we have a faith income of 1,600 per minute, and here we have our faith. Total faith of currently 15,000, but we get 650 a minute, which means that 950 of this is going into upkeep. Here we have Cthulhu's patience. If Cthulhu runs out of patience with us, he destroys us. And here we have how much fanaticism our followers have. And as that goes up, we gain more zeal from our followers. More followers are arriving as we get closer and closer to the end of the world, which we ourselves are attempting to cause, while at the same time making sure that if it's going to be the end of the world, we have enough beer. Because priorities. Alright, let's check the workplaces. We currently have one lumber mill we're not using. That's fine. We've got more lumber than we know what to do with. The butcher. I wonder what happens when the green bar under patience timer is full. Oh, you mean this? This is the red. The green bar is the fanaticism, and basically, if you're up here at the top, cult madness. Zeal goes up by 5%. The horrors swim faster. We get more followers arriving every time increment. The time increment is 5 minutes faster. The cultists appear in my cities, chanting in the streets. You can summon a new kind of powerful horror, and sacrifices now increase fanaticism instead of decreasing. Which just sounds like win-win to me. Let's see.
We obey.
Do we have... We do have... Wow, that guy is just really not happy at all. Guess who's going to be the first one to be sacrificed? Sorry, did I say that out loud? More robe makers. Well, we do need more robe makers. Right, we'll put him to work in there. You've got a job. We expect you to now be a little bit more, productive. Butcher. We have only 2 butchers working. I think those require...
The work is just.
Yeah, those require ascended workers. Do we have anyone whom we can ascend? Ascending them makes them advances them to the next tier of their ability to cook. One of our corn cookers. Anyone else? One of our clam collectors. It's been like nothing but clam collectors and corn cookers. So apparently C, the letter C, is required to be really, really good and ascend. Back to the buildings. The cow farm worker. Where did we not have a worker? We're missing a worker somewhere. Butcher? Butcher.
The work is just.
And they were recently ascended. They can get to work. So we have the Ascension Altar. We have no one currently working that. That's fine. The game is wild. It is so far. It's very creative. It is a weird mix of pretty much an awful lot of standard builder, city builder stuff. You've got hierarchies of things you have to make first. This relies on this. But you have to have the sheep for the bleeding and for making robes. The sort of hierarchy of things that need to be. And then at the same time, you have the really, sometimes, quite visceral imagery. Maybe 20 minutes ago, I had to choose 3 people, apply a magical sort of dust to each of them, and then set them on fire, and they show you setting them on fire.
Oblivion beckons.
Here, in the hall. I went up here. I tied them to large wooden stakes, and I burned them alive. I don't recall ever burning anyone alive in a game before. Quite like that. Last night, one of my viewers, they said, this game is kind of fucked up. And then about 5 minutes later, they said, this game is really fucked up. No, that's sacrificing them. Ascending them basically elevates them to make them higher, better workers. And now the other thing you can do is when you sacrifice them to create one of these water leviathans, you're not sacrificing them, you're exalting them. Yeah, it is dark. It does have, a thick vein of black humor in it, but it is dark. Ascending the people, they have to already be very, very worshipful, and then you have to feed them some of this fungus, which grows over here. It's a bit weird.
Let us gather.
Let's check and see if we've got a ritual we can do. No, we don't have enough robes or clams. And we still have 50 of the Eldritch Favor, so we're not in any big hurry to run. I don't know exactly why this has the thing you need to do icon. But it's 25 minutes, 29 seconds. I'm currently have halted the game. As I said, the mini-map is over here underneath my pretty face. Also, the time clock, where you can go, right now we're paused, you can go game speed 1, 2, 3. Settings. Oh, settings has a nice, that's nice. Currently, I have to do a couple of things. We have 2 of 2 defense towers. I'm not sure why it's yellowed out. We need 1 Yuggothar horror. So if we go over here to the summoning ritual side. Alright, this one's about to croak, I think. We're running out of robe. When are we not running out of robe? So, this is the Azathyr horror, but we need it to make a Yuggothar horror. And that's going to require only 1 sacrifice. 3,000 faith, 30 blood, 3 captives. No problem. Who are we going to exalt? Well, we have some unemployed. This guy doesn't have a lot of fervor, a lot of zeal. Lavinia, we talked about this. You just don't seem to be enthused. So, we're going to exalt you. It's like a promotion. Isn't that great? We're sure this will increase your enthusiasm right up until they eat you. So, let's zoom in here. You can see there's Lavinia. She's holding out her hand. She's, oh no, tentacles, I'm dead. And she falls in, and oh, there's our new best friend. He's really pretty terrifying.
We managed to arm the shore at the last moment. Better prepare, High Priest.
So, I would say it is an early access game that is pretty close to being finished quality. Let's see. Island attacks. Your islands can be attacked at any time. Always remember to arm the shores with the appropriate number of horrors and defense instructions. Well, I only have 1 defense instruction. Holy shit, this thing hits hard. There were 4 of them. Now there aren't.
Our god protects his followers. Now their meager bodies feed the very fish we consume. But we should lay in rest.
We got a lot of
They
captives
might,
there.
in their hubris, attempt to attack us again.
Now you'll note that Yuggothar here, he is adorable. His health is going down about once per second. So rather than just leave him there, now that we finished defending our land, looks awesome. Already early access. Yeah, it's in early access. I would say that it's for an early access game, it seems to me to be in quite good shape. A lot of early access games are nowhere near this. They're all coming in for a piece of me. This is not good. That was too many. Yeah, I would say that this is not an inappropriate game for a casual gamer, especially if you're one who has played city builders before. If you've never played a city builder before, because the city builder mechanics tend to be relatively similar, it might not be a great first choice. Or you might want to, go in knowing that it has a curve. But if you've ever done city building type sims before, most of the mechanics, most of the basic game fundamentals will be pretty obvious. Sacrifice an acolyte with at least 140 zeal. The thing is, I don't want to do that too early right now. Cthulhu has 188 patients out of a maximum of 200. If I gain 30, some of them go to waste. 18 of them go to waste. And as far as casual gaming, I describe myself as a hardcore casual. I play a stupid amount of hours of games, but I tend to play them pretty casually, if that makes sense. I mean, I'm retired. I spend most of my time right here on my fat ass, surfing the web or playing computer games. But I don't think I'm I'm okay at some, maybe a little better than okay at some, but not much. And below average to average in most. So I'm pretty casual too. Do we have any acolytes with 140 zeal yet? I am dubious. Acolytes. Oh, we do. We have a bunch of them at 162, which I'm going to guess is like kind of max. We have 3 at the butchery, 2 at the ale, 2 at the cow farm, and 2 at the ale brewery, and 3 at the butcher's. Those are all of my ascended people. I would have liked to have ascended specialists. Oh, I'm going to try carving. Let's see if I can carve Hiram into being a butcher. No. Nathaniel R'lyeh needs to be a specialist in ale brewery. We'll see if we can do that.
Fulfill the prophecy.
Not that.
He will awaken.
No, not that. Where do we do the carving? Makes sense to you? Just play for fun, maybe 2 hours at a time, maybe once or twice a week. Huh. I mean, I have 5 hours in this in 2 days. You can see how far I've got. I'm still in not that deep into the game. I'm about, halfway through this. And it is relatively complicated. So I'm not sure it's awesome for someone who only has an hour or two twice a week, once or twice a week. But then I tend to be, my critiques of games tend to be relatively harsh. I don't cut a lot of slack. So that you may not, you should take that into account, that my average game, an average game, right, is between 0 and 10, and average is 5. And and I start at 5. And I'm going to say this, as a city builder, is maybe a 6. I like the weirdness, and that bumps it up. Actually, probably 5.5 for the city builder, 6.5, maybe even a 7 because of the weirdness. The weirdness is a good appeal for me, but that's narrow. That's not going to be everything. There's no shortage of city builders if a city builder is what you're interested in. If you're interested in something that sort of has an element of cosmic horror, I actually would have a different recommendation. My favorite game last year is on sale for $15 on Steam. It's called Dredge. It's weird. It's a combination platter. This is a city builder and eldritch horror whacked together. Dredge is a fishing game and eldritch horror whacked together. So at least take a look at Dredge. That one I feel a little more confident about recommending. It has a very different, it feels like a very, very casual game, but it has that sort of dark thread running through it that I think makes it really interesting. I really enjoyed Dredge a lot. Dark sense of humor, you love horror. Heard of Dredge just earlier today. It is on sale on the Steam sale right now. I really, really enjoyed it. If you're looking for a recommendation, I would say that it's cheaper than this. It's more inventive than this. This is still in early access. It's not done yet. If you had a big yen for a city builder with a dark thread running through it, this would be right up your alley. But if you love horror, especially if you love the more subtle, suggestive horror, as opposed to, me performing mass sacrifices, I loved Dredge. Loved it. Definitely look. Definitely give it a look. As it looks like this quiet little fishing game. And largely, it is. But there's a whole lot of subtext going on. I really, really enjoyed it. I'm very hesitant to recommend buying a game. I'll never hesitate to recommend a free game to try it. But I'm hesitant to recommend buying a game because money matters. I am not hesitant about recommending to look at Dredge at all. What was I doing? Acolytes. I do have plenty of acolytes. I need another acolyte. That's what I need. So that I can afford to, murder one. Sacrifice one. I'm sorry, sacrifice. Of course I meant sacrifice. Who can ascend another corn cooker? What is it with the corn cookers and the clam diggers? It's like nobody else wants to get high enough to ascend. But then I don't really understand the ascension. Because earlier, for instance, I had a guy at like 115, and I think I ascended a 99 zeal. But I couldn't ascend like a 121. So I don't understand exactly how that works. But, I mean, that's part and parcel of what I was talking about. This is an early access game. And you interact with the citizens in the bar or brewery. Not realistically. What you can do, you can do things like,
Worship the Great One.
That's a corn cooker, cow farm,
The work is just.
the ale brewery. All you can do is basically assign them. And every worker have their specializations, so they're more effective at. And so you kind of have to juggle them, their specializations. Interesting, I'd never noticed they had levels. Oh, that's wild. So, for instance, the brewery, though, requires ascended workers. Brewery, cows, and the butcher require ascended workers. So they all have ascended zeal values. I guess you gain levels as long as you're working in your specific craft. Now, none of these guys are working at anything they're good at because I didn't have anyone who I could ascend who was good at these things. That was what I wanted to do. I wanted to try and carve, it's weird, one of the people, one of the ascended workers. I need to remember how I can carve. I haven't carved tonight.
He will awaken.
And if that sounds horrifying, you have no idea.
He will awaken.
No, not that. Where did I carve? Was it over here?
He will awaken.
No, they're worshiping.
Oblivion beckons.
Continue ritual. We've got plenty of wood. I'm going to go ahead and start the ritual up. Again, if you do pick this up, this is the important thing. You want to get the Eldritch Favor. When you do rituals, you always want to make sure you've got the enhancement materials so that instead of just getting 12, I'm getting 38.
Oblivion beckons.
That'll take a minute to finish. I'm trying to remember how to carve. Where did I do the carving?
Honor the teachings.
No, that's not
He
it.
will awaken.
I am not feeding Cthulhu wood, but we use it for building stuff.
Let us gather.
All right, we are educating captives. That turns them into additional workers. I'm going to have to check where I carve. Worshippers of Cthulhu. How to carve. Carving is great. Carving mechanic is unique and brutal, but the idea is a bit wiggy. I think it's great. Gameplay guide. How in the hell do I carve? Personal carving approach. Maybe that'll show it. Hold on. Bear with me a sec here, guys. Book of Symbols. Yes, carve. Where do we carve? Where do we carve? I should probably check the in-game thing. What do you think? That sounds like a good idea. We do have the Dream Archive here. Don't think it has a search, though, which is kind of unfortunate. Carving. There we are. By marking followers, you can change... Yeah, but where do I do it? You'll note that I'm taking a knife and I'm literally carving. But where? Let's try again. Where do I carve? Carving ceremony. It's just a short video. Carving. It's just a short video you made to explain carving. Troubleshoot video errors. That's not helpful. How about that? If I go to YouTube. No, that's my YouTube stuff. There's a where? I don't remember how. It was yesterday, guys. I'm old. The brain, it just doesn't work that good anymore. I hate to say it. We're always running out of robe.
Do you hear his whisper?
Well, let's start the clock running. That'll help.
Honor the teachings.
Global storage. That's just storage and stuff. Okay. Not helpful. It's not
Embrace your destiny.
It's entering the hall. Suddenly.
Do you hear his whisper?
I hear his whispers. He's whispering. He says, where the hell do I do the carving? Oh my god, it's
He
so
will
annoying.
awaken.
I don't think it's there, but we'll wait. 20 seconds. No, enter the hall allowed me to walk around. I'll show you in a sec. If you haven't seen it, basically we're making a non-human sacrifice. We're creating sort of an idol. We'll complete the ritual. There's the thing we made, and I have described it as a tic-tac for Cthulhu. Yeah, so it's not here.
He will awaken.
That's that.
Fulfill
And in this
the
case,
prophecy.
enter the hall was just this. Wait,
Let us gather.
that's got like a 20-minute granularity on it. And that,
Oblivion beckons.
just I have some people worshiping to increase our zeal.
Oblivion beckons.
That is a continue the ritual. This is another ritual site where we can do other stuff.
Do you hear?
I can't remember how to carve. Basically, you take out a knife and you carve on the back of a person, and it allows you to change their specialty. Maybe do other stuff as well. Notifications, the maps. You'll note we're just here. There are like a bunch of other locations. So carving. Carve, speed up carving, finish carving. By marking followers, you can change their specialization. Carve the symbol and complete the ceremony with the finish carving button. Finish carving, and that's where you can make the changes. They have set outcomes. You can discover which symbol creates what outcomes and use it to your advantage. But they don't tell you where. A ceremonial building? Let me check that again. The implication is that it was in the ceremonial building. Oh, ceremonial carving. That is where it happens. Okay. But I can't do anything there, I think, until the time granularity runs out. Yeah, I can't do anything. I can't do another ceremony until the amount of time has passed since the last... Okay, well, I figured it out. So that's one of the disadvantages, that it is a bit of a... it's early access. So finding out that information can be troublesome. Can I build another one of those buildings? Would be the question. Yeah, I found it. That's this. It's early access. One of the basics you can probably count on is that you're going to have some stick-to-itiveness to figure some stuff out. You can't quite figure it out.
He will awaken.
But that's the ceremony hall. Well, what if we build a ceremony hall on the other island?
Our work for our god.
That's good. I'm glad you guys are working for your god. That's a
Worship
plus.
the Great One.
If we were to build nope, none of those. Conquest shouldn't be there. Where's the ceremonial hall? House storage. Builder shack storage. Ceremony hall. You know what? We're going to go ahead and build one over here. You know, these poor people over here, they haven't had the light of wisdom for them. Have you met Cthulhu yet? I wonder if those giant tentacles were his. The Tic Tac guy. They are consistent with being his, but I'm not sure they're actually his and not one of, like, his secretary. Did it again. I always get that wrong. So we're going to have another ceremonial hall. Just take us a minute. I'm going to build some houses over here too. We don't need this many houses just yet. This is on the second island. I conquered this island. You know, because you have to spread the word. We are running out of clam. Yes, I know. Oh my God. Basic goods. And we have a clam shack. A couple more clam shacks. We'll eventually get workers there. We'll start building up this city. The other city is kind of overgrown, granted. So make sure the road goes where it's got to go. And I did it again.
He will awaken.
Oh, sadly, they share a cooldown. That was worth the effort. Not really. It wasn't worth the effort. I may just want to destroy that because they share a cooldown. In fact, I'm going to whack it with a stick. We get all the materials back, so there's that. We'll get some more clam workers, you know. We've got houses, we've got additional workers. We should have some free workers here for when the clam shacks get done. All materials possible to acquire, building materials, semi-products, goods. Horror summoning materials, because you can't get enough of those. All right. Why are you not building? Do I not have a builder's shack? I have a builder's shack here. I have a builder's shack here. Come on, man. Get building. You slackers. That's the builders. Yeah, the graphics on it are fine. Fine to good. Hell. Yeah, they are above what I would expect for a relatively small project. So yeah, they're fine. Good. They're good. We get spoiled. The graphics are good. The visuals are good.
We require workers.
Oh, you require workers. Shut up. As your workers. Your workers are...
High priest.
Shut up. That coal? Cool. There you go. We got a whole bunch of clams going on.
We require workers.
Well, you got some. Let's see. Yep. 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 There we go. We got a whole bunch of clams being made. I'm going to go ahead and also... We're always freaking short on robes, so I'm going to make another robe maker. Time to start expanding, you know, this town. Because this town...
We require workers. Oh,
becoming like a ghost town. There we go. All right. Storage is shared throughout both islands. Yeah, so if I click over here,
Let us gather.
I have access to the same storage. So storage is shared between the islands.
our work for our god. We obey.
Embrace your destiny.
I
That
serve the deal.
is Rogue Maker. We do have room for one more employee. Fine. Fine. Get to work. Crack the whip. Hop back to home base. Oh, I think instead we're going to need 4 more houses for our current number of employees. We like to think of them as our partners, not our employees. Sorry, I spent too many years working in Silicon Valley. The lingo stuck. Very convenient, a major plus. Oh yeah, I absolutely agree. It would be unmanageable moving stuff back and forth. Alright, that'll be the last 4 employees. The 4 unhoused we have. We can get the work, well, we can get them back to work. Let's see. We are currently at 30 points, so we can sacrifice an acolyte with at least 140 zeal. Do we have a spare acolyte? Acolytes. None on this island. That's fine. Back to home base. Acolytes. Alright, they are all currently employed. We have somebody else we can ascend. Another corn cooker, and that's it. Alright, well, the corn cooker, they're cooked. Oh, they just changed into the fact they can't ascend. What the hell was that all about? They could ascend a minute ago. There we are. So. We have one of them who's unemployed, but they're not high enough. So what we need to do is move them into, let us say, the butchery. Right? The corn cooker. We're going to replace them in the brewery. So, we go to the brewery. We're going to remove the corn cooker and replace them with the corn cooker. Brewery.
We obey.
Not it. Is that
We
it?
fulfill the
Cow farm.
prophecy. Let us pray. We await your orders,
Brewery.
O High Priest.
We're going to replace them. Oh, they went up really fast. I think they're fast enough. We can just sacrifice an acolyte with at least 140 zeal in the ceremony.
Honor the teachings.
That's not ceremony hall.
Honor the teachings.
It's ceremony hall, but we've got 10 minutes before we can sacrifice it. Yeah? We could carve a new cooker, but we can't actually do anything here
Honor the teachings.
for 10 minutes. So this is going to be a good point for me to break. I'm going to call it an evening right here. I'm going to take tomorrow off. Because, of course, Sunday is the day of our Lord and Savior Cthulhu. Not really. I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me. As always, I am very, very appreciative. In particular, thank you for the follow, Raspberry Jamming, and thank you for the chat. I always feel I'm having more fun and the stream is better when we have an active chat. So, if you have any other questions, issues, you can always do an exclamation point Discord, pop into the Discord, ask and go away. That's fine. Thank you. I'm glad you found it fun. The game is fun. It is, I would say, it is in very good state for early access. It's not done yet, I don't think, but it is in a very good state. But I'm going to call it here. Again, thank you all for hanging out. As always, I am very, very appreciative. I'll be back on Bright and Shiny, neither bright nor shiny, on Monday at the usual time, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. Middle of the night in Europe, morning in Asia, Australia, and New Zealand. Don't know what I'll be playing, but it'll be a computer game. And that's it. I'm calling it here. Thanks again, all you guys, for hanging out. Hopefully you'll see me soon. I hope the rest of your Saturday night kicks ass. Hope your Sunday's great too. Back on Monday. Have a great night tonight. Take care, and ciao for now. Good night, guys.